Hi, Jennifer Kinsel here at Charles Rutenberg Realty of Illinois, Fox Valley Homes. And I got a question for you. What's holding you back from saving up your down payment to buy a home? I got one client that did it on $177 a month. So if she can do it on $177 a month, why can't you? Is it because you don't have a budget? Maybe. Is it because you pay the bills and then yourself last? Maybe. Is it because you use last year's tax refund to pay other bills before paying yourself first? Maybe. And of course, we have to remember emergency fund is not the same as a down payment, is it? No, it's not. So you need to have a separate emergency fund. We're not even talking about emergency fund versus down payment. These are two different animals. So how did this one lady manage to come up with $177 a month? And yes, it took a while. It took over 24 months, a little longer than that. And she squirreled this money away and added to it because she wanted to buy her first home. Now, she was going for a 3.5% down payment on a $150,000 starter home, which is actually pretty average around our area in Illinois. You can get a condo, 2-bedroom, 2-bath in Streamwood, for example, for $145,000. So easily a number that could be her target, $150,000. She wasn't going crazy. She wasn't going like, a fixer-upper at like $80,000, which would be scary because, she doesn't know how to use a hammer or do a nail or whatever. So she was being very realistic. And she also gave herself enough time to figure it out, screw it up along the way, get back up, and then put it together. And that's exactly what she did. So she first started out with a budget, and she realized all her payments were going out the window for stuff that didn't give her any return on value. At the end of the day, she's still paying a rent for a landlord. She's paying down a car. She's paying all her credit cards. She's paying student loans. It's insane. I get it. And she just got tired of it. And she couldn't figure out why she couldn't make up this number. So when we sat down and talked about how much money she actually had to produce for a down payment, we came up with $5,250. That would be 3.5% down payment on a $150,000 home. So $5,250. Now, you can attack that in a couple different ways. You can split it out 24 payments. You can split it out 36 payments. You can split it out 60 payments. Whichever one slices and dices it for you, great. Let's go with that. But the way you nickel and dime yourself right into a down payment is by setting the budget and paying yourself first. So what she did on top of the $177, she knew it would be hard to do it. But if she made that her first payment every month, she would feel like she's paying herself first. So she already had her emergency fund set up. This is not the same thing. Down payment is totally separate. And she knew that she was not going to want to be renting in her apartment forever. She didn't even want to stay a year, but she buckled down and she sucked it up for that. So she made the commitment to do the budget. She set up a payment for $177 a month to herself over 24 months. Actually, yeah, a little bit longer than that. And then she would add in as she went, if there was any overtime pay, holiday pay, if she got, birthday money or, whatever sort of gift money along the way. Even if it was $10, it still went in. She saved up her change, put that in there too. Surprisingly, it was half a payment. So that worked out really well. And then, of course, she saw the light on her tax refund. And it was amazing because she suddenly boosted it by like almost $1,000 instantly. And when she saw that and it kind of snowballed from there, it was just like the light bulb moment. It went, oh my gosh, from $5,200 down to like $4,200. It was huge. That's a huge chunk. And she just like ripped that right off the top. And then she was like, you couldn't stop her at that point. She just was like, going 1,000 miles per hour toward this goal. And she was able to finish it up and get it done. And we're looking at properties for her. And it can happen. It took her a long time. And I'm happy that was able to stick to it. It was a difficult course for her to set. Not everybody can do it. I hear a lot of excuses on, the bills always come first. You got to pay this, you got to pay that. I get it. If you have a job loss or you job jump or, getting all your ducks in a row on a lot of different things all up in the air, but it is possible. Now, not everybody wants to start with a starter home. Okay, that's fair too. She worked on it. This is her goal. She's now going to be buying the starter home at $150,000, and it's her first step. And then perhaps in a couple of years after that, maybe she'll want to move to something bigger, or sell in a few years. Maybe she'll stick it out there for a few more years. We don't know, but she'll have that asset. She'll have a roof over her head. She'll never have to worry about paying a landlord. Every month that money goes to her mortgage. It goes back to her pocket for her equity. And there's something really magical about knowing not only did you start the plan, you work the plan, and now she's going to be living in her plan. That's brilliant. I love that. It's a win-win. So if you've got more stories on how to save for your down payment or what worked for you, setting the budget worked for her, $177, I'm telling you, it worked like a charm. So let me know what your story is. I'd love to hear it. Thanks.